Hello everyone, and welcome to the second episode on my How to Mod Hearts of Iron 4 series. So, last we left off, we just created our first mod file, and I'm going to go ahead and go to my documents to show what I'm talking about for those of you that have not seen it. So we made our little Mastodon file, to commemorate my series that I'm currently doing now. See, before it was upcoming, but now it is current. Fell a little bit behind on the series, but I hope you guys enjoy. So anyway, we're going to get right into it. So, So of course we've already made our mod and we can open it already. And what we need to do now is we need to actually add in our country. So we of course want to have our mods directory open, and at the same time we also want to go to wherever your Hearts of Iron 4 is located. So I personally already know where it's at. I put in Steam Library, Steam Apps, Common, Hearts of Iron 4, and then this is your Hearts of Iron 4 right here. However, you could have it on the C drive, whatever, it's going to be in Steam something. But another way to find it, if we go open up Steam right here, if it will open up, that is. Oh, Steam, not working for me. Well, for the time being, we can just continue on. So what we're going to be looking for today is we're going to be looking to add in our country in its entirety to Hearts of Iron 4 through our mod. And so what we're going to do here is that we have a bunch of different files here, and you see the reason that Hearts of Iron 4 is so moddable is because you can go into any of these files. Example, let's go into Common, and let's go to Names, right? So let's see, Edit Names with Notepad++, and here are all the names. So you see Majors, German, these are the names that you could possibly get for the people in your army. These are actually for the aces, actually, not your army. So these are all the names that could possibly happen. These are all the call signs you could possibly get, and you can go ahead and change them. So maybe I don't want the Black Devil, I want the orange. Oh, if I could spell orange, the Orange Devil. And you say I could save this, but I'm not going to save it because I don't want to mess around with the files. So maybe we get the Black Devil. Go ahead and close out of that, close out of this. We're not going to need those. So anyway, what we're going to be doing, since we're going to be adding in our own country, is we need to do a couple things. So first off, any of the files that we want to change in here, and for example, what we want to change is we want to change this common country tags file. What we have to do is we have to recreate the folders to put them in, because otherwise it's not going to be able to read the files correctly. So we're going to want common, and that's the master folder, at least to an extent. I mean, there's a bunch of folders, and this is the Mastodon is basically equal to the Hearts of Iron 4 where everything else is put in, but we're going to want common. And from common, inside common, you're going to want to put country underscore tags. I'm going to mess up my spelling because I have a band-aid on my index finger, but whatever. And then from inside here, you can see that this is the file that we want to add our country in. And you see, as you can see, there's not actually that many countries in here, but what we're going to do is we're going to copy this file, this 00 underscore countries. We're going to paste it over here, and what we are going to do is we're going to rename this file, and instead of having it 00 underscore countries, we're going to add in our own prefix to it. So basically, you can call whatever you want. Generally, I'd probably keep it shorter than that. Like for example, Millennium Dawn is just shortened to MD. But you want to add in your prefix so that in case you mess up your file, the game can still be run. And also, mainly, this is actually the main reason, so that your mod is compatible with other mods. Because if you just had it as 00 countries and you just added in Mastodon there, the problem with it is that any other mod that changes 00 countries, these mods will not be compatible. So with Mastodon underscore 00 underscore countries, what we can do is we can now edit it with Notepad. And as you can see, we have a bunch of tags here, but the only problem is we don't even really need any tags. So we can go ahead and delete them. I'm going to leave one just because it's the base of what we want. So as you can see here, we have Germany, but what we want, since Mastodon, is we're just going to have MAC, because that's just a good abbreviation. It's like easier to find since it's just the first 3 letters. And we're going to do a country/Mastodon .text, and then we're going to go ahead and save. There we go. So, yeah, sorry if I make a lot of mistakes typing, but like I said, I have a band-aid on my index finger, which makes it kind of hard to type. Alright, so there's that. We also don't need this anymore, and so now we are actually going to be going into that countries file right there. So now we need to go back to common. As you can see, we're both at common here, and we are going to be making countries. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry that my typing is terrible. There's not much I can do about it. Alright, and so as you can see, there are a bunch of country files here, and for example, just so we can keep going with it, we can get Germany right here, and what we're going to do is we're going to copy and paste Germany. There's no prefix you need here because in our country tag right here, we actually have it set as Macedon. I mean, of course, you could make a prefix and it would work just as fine, I'm pretty sure anyway. I haven't tried it, but I would say just to keep with the convention that Paradox has going, I would just call it whatever the country name that it is going to be. So, for example, Macedon. And we're going to go ahead and edit Macedon right here. And as you can see, there's not really much here. This is the color of the nation, but we can actually change that a different way. And we are going to change that a different way, but not this episode. That is not what we're doing today. That will be the next episode. So anyway, we already have Macedon here. That's good. And as you can see, most of these files don't really have much in it. It says what kind of graphics to use for it, like the type to use. And it also says the color. So there we have that. We're going to get out of common now, and the next step should be for us, let's see, I'm trying to remember. I think we need to go to history. Yes, that is what we need to do. I mean, there's a bunch of steps, but they're not really necessarily in order. So yeah, let me find history. Have I passed over it multiple times? Oh, I'm still in common. That's why I was like, is there no history? So anyway, we're going to be making a new history folder, and inside history we're going to go into history in both of these. We are going to want countries. We're going to go inside countries of both of these, and as you can see how this is set up, AFG Afghanistan, so that's the tag followed by the country. We're going to go back to Germany because I just want to keep it going. You see Germany is GER. We're going to paste this in here, and we're going to rename this. So it's going to be MAC, and it's going to be Macedon. Spell it correctly, and then we're going to go ahead and edit this. And as you can see, there's actually quite a few things here. So as you can see, we have our starting technology. We have our order of battle, which we don't really have any. So I'm not sure if we should just leave this blank. I actually haven't messed around with this. This is new for me as well, guys. But as you can see, capital is definitely not 64, and we will deal with that here in a second. A bunch of this stuff, we're just going to leave this the same at the moment. This probably isn't the best person to copy off of, but whatever. Our leader will be Hitler. Will be part of the Axis. See, why don't we? We're gonna take that out. It doesn't really matter. None of this stuff matters. We should be able to just change the name, and everything should work. So we're gonna go ahead and exit out of that. Exit out of France as well, because we don't need that. From here, what we're going to do actually is we're going to back out of here, and we're going to go to states, because we are going to be adding in our country into the game. So we have states here. As you can see, there's a bunch of states here. I honestly have no idea exactly the state what we're going to be doing, which I probably should have looked up, but I'm going to get something close to it. So I wonder if they actually do have a Macedon. Yes, they do have a Macedonia. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be copying both of these. We're going to be pasting them, because this is where we're going to be putting our country in. So we're going to edit with Notepad, and as you can see here, the ID is 106. And actually, if we back out real quick and we go to countries, we go to Macedon right here, this number correlates to the state. So our capital is going to be 106. And if we go here to Macedonia, which is also in our states file, what we're going to be changing is, instead of owner Yugoslavia, it's going to be MAC for Macedonia and MAC for Macedonia. And we're going to save this file. We're also going to open up Central Macedonia, do the same thing instead of Greece. Oh, Central Macedonia is actually not the one we want. So we're going to delete Central Macedonia. I just want 106 Macedonia. That's like the Greek Macedonia. Not quite what we want. And with all that in check, the last thing we have to do is we need to go all the way back out to our directory, our main directory. And what we're going to be doing is we are going to be copying the localization file. Not copying it, but recreating it. So you also have to make sure you get the naming of all these files right, or else the game will not know where to look for the files that you have placed. So you can see there's a bunch of different files. There's multiple different languages. Of course, we're only going to be doing English, and we're going to be copying the country _I_English.yml. And this is another one of the files that we can actually put on a tag before it. I actually think there was probably another one we could have done that I probably missed because I'm lazy and a little bit stupid like that, but that's okay. Oh, this is the wrong one. This is, no, it's countries, of course. I would mess up like that. So no, we actually want countries. That's my bad, guys. So we don't need the country one, but we need countries, however. And we're going to rename it with our own prefix. And make sure you keep the prefix all the same. It really doesn't matter, but it's a lot easier to tell what files are yours. Okay, so we have this whole thing right here. And as you can see, there are a lot of countries, but what is going to make this easier for us, since we don't really want to do all this, is we're going to do Control A, and we are going to, if you hold down Shift after that and you click somewhere, you can, so say I hold down Shift and I click, well, we'll click on the beginning of England. What we can do is we can delete everything up to that point, and there we go, we just have Germany. And so what we're going to be doing is we are going to be giving some names to, also another key feature, why I love, Notepad++, it works in a lot of other things, but here, if you if we highlight Germany, we hit Control H, this will replace all, and we want to find Germany and replace with MAC, and all you hit is replace all. Okay, that was a little messed up, so it did replace everything. It also just had GR, but what you could have done instead was match case, and that would have just changed this up here. But it doesn't matter because everything over here we are going to be changing as well. So instead of the Machmenreich, which is quite hilarious, our fascist name is instead going to be Neo-Macedonian Empire. Oh, Macedonian Empire. So as you can see, I'm just going to go ahead and copy this. And it's going to be the second one, the DEF, is the Neo-Macedonian Empire. The adjectives are down there. And so let's see, the Democratic is Republic of Macedonia. And then same thing down here, the Republic of Macedonia. Let's see, neutrality is just going to be Kingdom. Well, no, just be Macedonia. And Macedonia as well. Oh, and of course, communist is going to be former Yugoslav Republic of, no. Socialist Republic of Macedonia. Sure, that works. Just gonna copy that. So this is basically the name that you will see in game. Yeah, so this is part of it. Let's see, MAC, fascism, adjective. Let's see, and then of course, not Macman, but instead we want Macedonian. And of course, you could replace all these adjectives, but really it doesn't take that much time. Nor would it take much time to just replace GER with MAC. But, why not? And so here we go, we have our localization. So when we go into game and we're fascist, we're going to see Neo-Macedonian Empire. The Neo-Macedonian Empire, and when we say go to war and we see at the top, it'll be like, say, Macedonian Yugoslav conflict or whatever the war is called. So we're going to go ahead and save that. We're going to exit out of this, and the thing I'm going to show you guys next time is how to change the flag and the color of the nation, but for now we're going to run this and see if it works and see if I didn't break something. And also, something I will be doing later is showing you guys how to change the name, color, and flag of something that is already in the game, because that's useful as well. Even though you could really apply this already to that sort of thing, but it's a little bit different of a process, so why not go for it then? So we're going to go ahead and run the game now. I'm going to have to... Oh yes, so I know this is probably in a terrible order. Like I said, guys, I'm getting used to doing tutorials, but another way to find your way to where your Hearts of Iron is at is if you go to your Hearts of Iron 4 in Steam, you go to Properties, you go to Local Files, Browse Local Files, it'll send you right there. There you go. That's probably in the worst order possible, but Steam was being a problem. So anyway, we're going to go down to our mods list. I'm going to disable any mods that could possibly cause us problems, such as Millennium Dawn, and I'm going to start up Macedon. I'm going to go ahead and click play in the hopes that everything works. It's very possible that I might have messed something up, but I have a feeling that it'll at least work a little bit, unless it crashes, which in that case I very much messed something up. See, normally when you do tutorials, it's probably best you actually do the tutorial beforehand instead of going in blind. But I didn't do that because why would I want to make a great tutorial when I can just make an alright tutorial? But I will get better. Maybe when, Victoria 3 gets released and I make a tutorial series for that, we'll be improved. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go to single player, new game, 1936. I'm going to go other countries. And if you look at down here, look at what we have. The Neo-Macedonian Empire with Adolf Hitler, fascism, bitter loser, general staff. Oh, it's beautiful. Let's make sure it can play, so it's not completely gonna crash. Yeah, I think our troops might be a little messed up because they might all be in Germany. No, okay, they're not completely messed up. Even though we do have some Yugoslav troops in our territory, that's okay. That's okay. So as you can see, we do have our country here, even though there's only, one factory here? Well, what can you do? And we have a population of 1.3 million, so not that great, but still, our country is in the game, and we are the Neo-Macedonian Empire. And we have, it is Adolf Hitler, so not quite the correct ruler of our country, but that's alright. So we have our country in the game, and everything works. So, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please let me know. If you have any questions, also let me know in the comments. And I will see everybody else in the next tutorial part. See you guys then.